One of the most severe corruption scandals in the history of European politics is unfolding right before our eyes in Ukraine. Because while Brussels has sent 185 billion euros in aid to Ukraine over the past years to finance a hopeless war and support the Ukrainian state, we now know that 10 to 15% of the European aid was skimmed off, redistributed, and ended up in the hands of a war mafia. The key figure here is a businessman named Timur Mindix, who, moreover, is connected to President Zelensky. A close colleague and ally, and several ministers are involved, as have already been revealed, including former Energy Minister Herman Halushenko, former Defense Minister Rustem Umerov, and even potentially Andriy Yermak. The head of the presidential office may also be involved. It illustrates the gravity of the issue that while tens of thousands of Ukrainian soldiers are risking and sacrificing their lives, in this war in Kyiv, this wartime mafia is reveling in palaces, where even the toilets and bidets are made of gold. But it seems that in Brussels, when it comes to Ukraine, nothing has consequences, because in the midst of this scandal, instead of the President of the European Commission talking about the need to look at whether an audit is necessary to see where these funds went, instead, they felt it was timely to send a letter to every head of government. And now, they want to raise another 135 billion euros for the Ukrainian war and the Ukrainian state for funding. So, for the next few years, we are talking about such an amount, but for the next 7-year budget, this would be an amount equivalent to 20% of the EU budget, which would be 366 billion euros. I ask you, Minister, is there any chance we can persuade Brussels to consider where the European taxpayers' money is going in Ukraine?
Thank you, Representative, esteemed Parliament. I give the floor to Gergely Gulyas to the Minister. Go ahead, Minister.
Thank you for the word, esteemed Representative, esteemed Parliament. The question is indeed justified, although we have also received answers with visual representations in recent weeks to your question that a significant amount of money, at least $100 million, was recovered following a covert investigation over 15 months, more than 70 house searches, and after intercepted conversations. To clarify, or at least clarify its disappearance, this was managed to be channeled into a golden toilet, and it appears that the Ukrainian government willingly spends, even during wartime, on the greatest luxuries from funds that were received from the European Union, and previously, under the former administration, from the government of the United States of America. That is why we clearly state that Brussels' aspiration to make Ukraine a member state of the European Union is a hypocritical endeavor. We know exactly that Ukraine does not fulfill any of the objective criteria required for membership, and it seems that the European Commission not only does not have an issue with corruption, but it is happy to support it if it serves a certain political goal. Therefore, the Hungarian position is clear. Ukraine should not be given further funds. Our goal must be peace and ending the war, and this can be realized if the European Union does not support the extension of the war, does not fund corruption, but supports those American peace efforts that aim for a quick and immediate peace in our direct neighborhood. We have set the achievement as their goal.
The truth is that there is nothing in the world that rationally justifies that Brussels practically subordinates the entire functioning of the European Union to perceived or real Ukrainian interests and turns the entire European Union into an organization supporting Ukraine. Quite simply, this is a betrayal and spitting in the face of European people and European interests.